Hello, my name is Nakia, but to everyone else, I am Nikki, and welcome to either my YouTube channel or my Instagram page. When I initially thought about using social media as a platform to inform others, like so many others, I was going to do this with my husband, and we were going to talk about life, marriage, working together as professionals in the same chosen profession, and specifically dealing with chronic illness. It was an idea that he hadn't warmed up to, but that was the idea that I had in my mind. But ultimately, that was not going to be the ultimate plan. September 3rd of last year, 2019, I lost my husband, and I've done several takes of this same video. I think that this is probably going to be the last one because to talk about it, I would get too emotional and I would not be able to I hadn't been able to get my point across. So this is the last take. But to say that losing my husband was devastating is an understatement. I cannot describe in words the depth of the pain, the depth of the shock of losing him. There are no words. When my husband was alive, I tried to envision what it might feel like to lose him. And let me just say, like, I never thought he would ultimately pass away. Like, that was never going to happen. It just wasn't. But I did allow myself because there was that fear that maybe. And I can honestly say that what when I imagined what it would feel like, when I imagined what it might what it might have felt like, that doesn't come close. It doesn't come close to the reality of what it has been like from the night it happened to the days following his burial. There are no words. And there will be a point in time where I will talk about that as well. But my husband suffered from diabetes and heart disease, and I will talk about that too at some point, and his kidney transplant. There are so many things that my husband and I wished we had known prior to, but there are so many things that we couldn't have known had we not walked through. And because I'm the one who's left to tell the story, I really want it to be a blessing. Our hard lessons that we had to learn, I really want to be able to bless someone else so that their road can be a little easier. It's difficult to be a widow at 43. At 43. And I don't know what's more difficult, saying widow or the fact that I'm 43. I just never thought I would be 43 and full of gray hair. But nevertheless, such is life. 43 is not old, and I don't consider myself old, but I do recognize that I'm not 21, and that's the truth. And some of the many emotions um, that I felt since my husband's passing, two surprising emotions were fear and loneliness. Um, Loneliness in a sense of I have family and I have friends, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one who knows you most, the one who you're going to walk through this life with. When you lose that, the world feels so big. It feels so big. The world feels so big, and you can feel so small and so lonely and so scared at having to face this big world by yourself. I was surprised at those emotions. But I'm going to at some point talk about all of that because, like I said, I want this road to help someone else. But I also am hoping to gain clarity on the next step and what God has for me. I do feel it. I do feel a pull towards um, writing and social media and just some kind of platform where I'm speaking to other people. And so I don't know in the end what this will all look like, but I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust this next step and do this. So I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to checking in with you and continuing on with everything that my husband and I have we learned and what this grief walk has been like. Um, I'm thankful to God, and I do this in honor of my husband. I do this in honor of our friends and family. I do this in honor of myself. These last 12 months have not been easy. They have not been easy, and I tell you, there's nothing like sitting in a house by yourself, having to be with yourself in all of your pain. But I am better for it, and I am amazed at the maturity, the wisdom, the humbleness, the thankfulness that has been produced. And so, my hope for you and my word for you is this: no one gets a pass on suffering, not a single one of us. And that includes you too. But that's okay. If you let it, if you let it do its perfect work in you, it will produce something in you that you could not have attained any other way. It's a promised thing, but it can work for your good. I will see you next time. Take care of yourself. God bless.